After this video, you will know exactly how to counter Vikala's cannon. The meterless versions will fire a blank right away, while a thought bubble with a random item pops up. Then, the Vikala player can choose to shoot this item for a follow-up or not, and Vikala can load it up for another shot with her unique action later. A cannon lasts until the end of the round, unless it fires 3 items or another cannon at the same angle is placed. The meterless versions are used to get different angles, and heavy can double up the items on the follow-up. Cannons make items stronger, so only the ones from a pink thought bubble can't hurt you on contact now. Another feature is that items can go from cannon to cannon, like when a star bounces back into one. The ultimate version doesn't play around her items. Instead, it's just a high priority fireball with a built-in backdash and extreme pushback. It's good for getting some distance when a Vikala player is ahead. And without further ado, here are 4 options to counter this move. First off is dodging. Look out for a standing twirl into this picture frame pose to catch the startup of all versions quickly. The first shot on the meterless versions have a range of about 1.5 characters or tiles on this stage. It starts up in 19 frames for the light and medium versions and 18 for the heavy version, so it's possible but hard to react and dodge it at that range. The second shot takes at least 45 frames in total to slowly start up, but there's a chance that you dodge and still get hit by an item. So here's the trick to getting this more consistently. If you're about 1.5 tiles away or closer to Vikala, you can dodge behind the cannon's first shot. Then the second shot can't hit you at all. If they fired the item, you can punish with just about anything, because they're minus 24 or more. If they didn't take the shot, take your turn, because they're plus 4. In true granblue fashion, a dash light covers either scenario well. Outside of that range, when you see the first shot, you can run up and dodge when the cannon puffs up and fires an item. Although it will still be Vikala's turn if you're successful at that dodge. Or if Vikala didn't take the shot, you close the distance, possibly putting you in range to take your turn when Vikala's thought bubble disappears and the special is recovering. Also, if Vikala loads an item into it with her unique, remember to dodge when the cannon fires, since Vikala has all sorts of ways to delay the unique. For this interaction, she can easily be over plus 20 after you dodge, so use a spot dodge to lower the chances of getting punished. And watch out for items that can hit you after a dodge, like the bomb and star. Against the ultimate version, you'll be about plus 18 after a frame 20 spot dodge during the slowdown. It's technically punishable, but only when you're close to the corner. Otherwise, just closing the gap is the most consistent option. And this version hits low enough to counter crossovers, so stick to spot dodges. For the meterless versions, there's a gap between a normal and cannon, apart from close heavy into heavy cannon. For the ultimate version, gapless block strings can be made with close heavy, crouching heavy, the last hit of triple attack, and far heavy, unless it's at the edge of its range. So after blocking any other normals, you're able to dodge on a reaction or guess, then try to take your turn. The first shot of cannon into the follow-up is gapless, until you're about 1 tile away from Vikala. So a small gap for a dodge can be created. If Vikala does this string after a far normal, for example, you'll be around minus 4 if it's successful, but if Vikala doesn't do the follow-up, she has the opportunity to punish you, because you're minus 25, and whenever a dodge is possible. you could use something like a frame 1, invincible or armored move that reaches instead. Privileged characters like Siegfried can make this interaction easier, because you can react as soon as you see the startup for Vikala's cannon or unique. But an option that's available to everyone is taking your turn. Cannon's first shot into nothing else is -4 on block for the meterless versions. After the second shot, it's probably Vikala's turn, unless she gets a smoke bomb or ball items that aren't plus on block before 1.5 tiles. So when you block close normals into a cannon and see those items, you should spam dash light to take back your turn. When Vikala gets a harmless item like cheese or heart, it's your time to punish if the first shot whiffed, because even a cannon without a follow-up has about 50 total frames, and you could take back your turn if you blocked the initial shot. But watch the range when taking your turn, because Vikala could try to punish your move that doesn't reach, aka a spacing trap. When the first shot whiffs, you could go for a jump in. Vikala might recover, but if you react fast enough, like on frame 20, she has to use meter to get out of blocking. This is just a better option than dodging when you're in range to do it. If you end up blocking an item after Vikala loads a cannon with her unique, watch out for a projectile or shenanigans immediately, because of the huge +15 or more frame advantage. After blocking the ultimate version, Vikala is +8 with a lot of distance, so you just have to hold it and return to neutral. When Vikala gets a far knockdown on you, expect her to set up a cannon. When the heavy version is used, it goes on a long 10-second cooldown, but it's way shorter for the ult version at 3 seconds. The fourth option is playing the Fireball War. On the meterless versions, the first shot and most harmful items from the follow-up are one-hit projectiles, letting you overpower them with a multi-hit fireball and a guess. Unless it's an item like Star that goes away after 1 ultimate fireball or 2 non-ultimate fireballs usually. And you could be in the blast zone of the bomb when it clashes with another fireball around 1 tile away from you. If the first shot whiffs, a 50% anti-fireball move, like your ultimate fireball, teleport or armored strike, could punish Vikala with or without the follow-up, if you manage to react at around frame 20. Also, reacting this quickly beats Vikala trying to load up a cannon with her unique action as well. Ultimate Cannon has the strength of most other fireballs that cost 50% meter, letting it clash against them and devour weaker projectiles. And apart from these options, the counterplay tips from part 1 with a breakdown of each item can help you to get more wins against Vikala as well. Part 1 is in the Vikala counterplay playlist at the end of this video. I'm gonna be doing viewer match and coaching streams on Saturdays and randomly in the week. So subscribe on YouTube and follow Vund3r FGC on Twitch to level up your play. This video is brought to you by my Patreon members like Muskafal CH, Office Flirt,